Today we will be talking about the shadow aspect of gratitude. Hmm. What do you mean, Len? But gratitude is such a great thing. All the law of attraction teachers teach us that we should do gratitude lists. I don't disagree with that at all. I think that gratitude is a very powerful emotion, and in terms of law of attraction, it does attract wonderful things. So, no beef there. What I would like to talk about, though, is something a little bit different in terms of gratitude, this gratitude mindset. The shadow side, the shadow aspect of the gratitude mindset is when people tell either themselves or other people that they can't improve or that they're not supposed to improve. And the way that this is used against someone or oneself is by telling the person, somebody who complains about the way things are, somebody who wants to improve things, saying, well, you should just be grateful. You know, what you have is already really good and you should just be grateful. Now, yes, we should be grateful for what we're offered, what we're given in any particular environment, any particular system. We should take the time within ourselves to be grateful for things that we are receiving. However, this idea of gratitude should never be used to shame somebody who wants to improve things. I myself have been in situations where I was in a organization, let's say, where there were many things about the way things were structured and the way things were organized that I thought really needed to change for the better. And I had very specific ideas about how things could improve, not just for me, but for everyone. And what I was met with was a very complacent attitude, and also what I considered a very lazy attitude of especially certain authorities, you know, people who ran the place, if you will, who didn't really want to change anything. And instead of, at the very least, saying, you know, well, we're not willing to change anything, or we ourselves don't have the power to change anything, and you have to ask somebody else, what I was repeatedly being told was this very, what I consider a very dangerous path, very dangerous attitude of you should just be grateful. You know, this is already, and a lot of times they will give you, you know, people will give you a different alternative that's even worse and tell you should be grateful for this. Now, yes, you should be grateful that it's better than something else, but guess what? There's also other things that are better than that. And so if we can improve certain things, why not? If we can improve certain structures, if we can improve the way that we do things in organizations or in our own lives or in relationships, why not improve them? Because we want to elevate ourselves and everybody else into joy, into happiness, into being able to self-actualize, right? So if something is oppressive, or something is not working very well, or is unhealthy, it should be improved, right? And so this is what I consider the shadow aspect, the dark side, whatever you want to call it, of the gratitude mindset. It is guilting people and shaming people back into complacency when they want to improve things, and telling them you should be grateful for this. Now, that, by the way, does not mean that you shouldn't be grateful for the good aspects, for the positive aspects that you are receiving. And that is something that we all need to work on, because a lot of times we're very quick to complain and we don't really even notice the good things, right? Or something wonderful that someone is doing for us. We just complain. So we shouldn't go into that extreme either of not being grateful. However, when we are grateful, gratitude needs to be real. It needs to be something that you truly feel, and it needs to be about things that only you know what you're truly grateful for. That's not something that someone else can force you to feel. It's something that you just do. And if something is not working and something is actually really unhealthy or rigid, there are a lot of rules. I'm not myself a rule person. You know, I love freedom. And whenever there are rigid rules, I tend to, I don't want to use the word rebel, but I do tend to be quite annoyed by it, depending on how rigid they are and how, if I have to stay in that system or not, and for how long. But, you know, I'm somebody personally who's always fighting for improvements, and I believe in self-improvement. I believe in improvement of this world, of the world that we live in, not so much the natural, the natural world, nature, but what we human beings have created for ourselves. There's clearly a lot of issues. A lot of people are dealing with anxiety and fear and depression. Pretty much all of us, more or less. And that means that there are a lot of systems around us that just really need improvement. And it's really sad that somebody who has good ideas and who has specific ideas, specific tips and very specific, sometimes even methodologies that would help, and sometimes previous experience, background, a lot of different things. A lot of times we're not allowed to change anything for the better, and we are guilted. We're guilted by others, and this gratitude mindset, even though it's a beautiful thing, but sometimes it's used to put people down and to make people feel like they don't have the right to speak to speak about what's not working, what isn't going well, what needs to be enhanced, what needs to be changed. This is where I want to leave you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video, goddesses. And all the beautiful men who enjoyed this video, please like it, please subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've encountered any examples of your own of this shadow side of gratitude, or the gratitude mindset, I should say. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.